Hello everyone, thanks for tuning in to today's third video. We're going to have a look at weather weekend for today's third video. So as always on Saturday, we've got your weekend forecast, and I shall get on with that for you in a moment. Just say that the first video today was 6 AM upload, and we've also released the EC 42-day forecast, so check out those two videos if you like that. We're going to have a 10 to 14 day with all of the big features coming to you later on this afternoon. So yes, please like, share, subscribe on vids. Thank you so very much everybody for doing that. Thank you so very much to the Weather Outlook and Weather for supplying us with the charts. That's amazing. Thank you both to Weather Outlook and Weather Central for doing that. Very complicated week to come. Very complicated weekend forecast. Around Tuesday onwards, very low confidence. So expect changes, but I'm going to do, as we go through the week, but I'm going to do the best I can with this forecast, and we'll see how it ends up by the end of the week. Right, so starting off with a radar picture for northern areas, we've got some showers today. Showers through central and northern eastern Scotland, 1 or 2 running down the east coast, close to the northeast of England. But most places are actually having a dry day today, albeit yet again with a lot of cloud. Today's Arctic pressure, high pressure continues to dominate the weather. The high pressure is going into retrograde. It's retrogressing from sitting around the UK and Ireland up to eventually Greenland. By Monday it will be a fully fledged, fully formed Greenland high. So for the rest of today, the weather will stay quite quiet. We will have a few showers continuing across some parts of Scotland. 1 or 2 of those could be quite heavy, maybe a little bit wintry even over the highest ground in the north of Scotland, and 1 or 2 showers running down the North Sea coast as well. But most places staying dry with a lot of cloud. A few bright or sunny spells developing, most likely through southwestern parts of Scotland and northwestern England, for example. Temperatures today ranging from around 3 to 8 Celsius, which is a little bit below average for the time of the year. Overnight tonight, the high pressure continues to rule Bruges. Most places again will be staying dry, but a few more showers are likely to develop down the east coast, and they will start to get more widespread across parts of Scotland, maybe into northern England by the end of the night as well. Again, 1 or 2 of those showers could be quite heavy, and they may turn wintry, even to quite low levels across northern parts of Scotland by the end of the night. Temperatures generally holding up above freezing, with all of the cloud around 4 or 5 Celsius. A chilly night, yes, but generally above freezing. West skies clear. They'll be most likely, I suppose, for southwestern Scotland, western southwest parts of Wales. Those sorts of areas could see the temperature going down close to or a little bit below freezing with a frost. Tomorrow, Sunday, inches that high pressure further towards the north and the west. So again, we'll have showers from the word go across parts of Scotland and down the east coast. I think showers could develop almost anywhere as the day goes on. Even parts of England and Wales could see some showers, albeit they will be rather scattered, and most places will miss them and stay dry. But some showers are possible through parts of England and Wales, most likely though through northern and eastern and northeastern regions. And snow could start to fall to quite low levels in those showers across parts of central and eastern northern Scotland by the end of the afternoon. It will be gradually turning colder as the day wears on. So temperatures tomorrow are going to be around 2 to 5 degrees across Scotland, and around 5 to 7 or 8 degrees further southwards. Then we move on into Monday, and we get that area blocking high over Greenland, then fully fledged Greenland high, low pressure dropping southwards through the North Sea with a cold front coming southwards as well. So we will start Monday with a band of rain, sleet and snow across Scotland, primarily sleet and snow really. And that band of rain, sleet and snow then pushed southwards across the country through the day, moving through Northern Ireland and Northern England during the morning into the early afternoon, and then going further southwards through the rest of England and Wales during the afternoon and into the evening, mainly as a band of rain. A little bit of winter just could be mixed in on the back edge. Following on behind will be much colder air with snow showers then digging into Scotland, and possibly even some of those showers merging into longer spells of snow through northern and eastern parts of Scotland. As the north-northeast wind freshens, it will become very cold across northern Scotland, temperatures barely above freezing. Further south will be up to around 6 or 7 or 8 degrees before that cold front pushes through. And then that leads us into Tuesday, which will be a very cold day across many parts of the country. Sunshine and snow showers really sums it up, I think, for much but Scotland and also eastern areas as well. Those snow showers will probably get more widespread as the day wears on and develop inland as well. Northern Ireland could get some snow showers with those northeast winds as well. And they have this little area of low pressure down in the south. A lot of uncertainty with that, but we could see a more general area of rain, sleet and snow starting to develop across southern and southwestern coastal regions during the course of Tuesday afternoon and Tuesday evening. A very cold day on Tuesday, temperatures ranging from around -1 Celsius to +5 Celsius. Add on that northeast wind and it will feel really quite cold indeed. Low pressure is trying to come in off the Atlantic on Wednesday, but is struggling as it pushes into that cold air. From this point on, the forecast gets very uncertain. So overnight, Tuesday into Wednesday, we might see a more general area of sleet and snow developing across southern counties. I think that's most likely to be south of the M4. It is possible that area of sleet and snow could be further south than that through the Channel into northern France, might be a bit further north, affecting parts of Wales and Midlands. I think most likely that first area of sleet and snow on Tuesday night into Wednesday will be to the south of the M4. Further north, we're going to have further snow showers in northern and eastern regions and a hard, quite severe for the time of year, overnight frost, with temperatures going down to -5, -6, maybe lower for some parts of Scotland and northern England. And then Wednesday itself starts off perhaps with sleet and snow across more southern counties. That area of sleet and snow, which could give accumulations, moves away into the Channel and southern North Sea through the day, with brighter skies pushing back from the north, sunny spells and snow showers continuing in central, northern and eastern areas. And then by the end of the day, this next little feature here might bring some more rain, sleet, so back into the far southwestern corner once again. A really cold day on Wednesday with temperatures again barely above freezing in the northern half of the country, struggling up to around 4 or 5 degrees further south. And the uncertainty then goes on into Thursday, another low pushing across England and Wales maybe. Again, the position of this low, very uncertain. It might be further north, that might be further southwards. I think this low is likely to be a bit further northwards than the first low, so that could bring perhaps some rain to southern counties south of the M4. And then north of the M4, that's where we could get some quite heavy snow maybe on Thursday through particularly Wales and Midlands, maybe into eastern parts of England as well. But do bear in mind, this is all subject to change. You know, there could be big and significant changes to this. And then further north of that to northern England, northern and Scotland, that's where we get, we keep a very cold weather with sunny spells and snow showers. Temperatures again ranging from around -1 to +5, +6 degrees, something like that. Those southern coastal areas might start turning a little bit milder. Friday, likely to bring in the next area of low pressure, even further north this time. So after a very frosty start and perhaps icy start on Friday across many parts of the country, possibly with snow cover in some places, we'll find a band of rain coming in off the Atlantic. That turns readily to snow as it bumps into the cold air. This time the snow risk probably further north still, so like the North Midlands, North Wales, Northern England, Northern Ireland, Southern Scotland, that whole Scotland, possibly a risk of significant snow by Friday into the weekend. And further south of that, we may start to see some rain after an initial spell of sleet and snow. Some of that rain could be very heavy in the south and in the southwest too. Temperatures might get up to around 9 to 10 degrees in the far southwestern corner by the end of Friday, but further north likely to be remaining very cold with temperatures barely above freezing in the northern half of the country, especially after that really hard overnight frost. And then we go into next weekend. Uncertainty goes on. This particular GFS run takes low pressure through the central swathe of the country. It keeps Scotland and Northern Ireland and Northern England more or less in the cold air, so more heavy snow there. Further south we have rain through Saturday before that low clears away and pulls wind back into the north, so it turns colder through next week again with a return of overnight frost, icy stretches and snow showers, most likely in central, northern and eastern regions. Again, have to emphasise this is all very speculative and all very uncertain with the position of these areas of low pressure from Wednesday onwards. This is just my best first and maybe best stab at it. Right, so just quickly have a look at charts from the weather outlook. So today, lots of dry weather. It's a quiet day to come. And if you enjoy quiet weather, make most of it's not going to last much longer. Tomorrow showers start to get more widespread. And then on Monday, that cold front comes southwards, introducing snow showers into the north. So by the time you get through to Tuesday, we're in a much colder air mass then, with snow showers in central, northern and east areas, and possibly some longer spells of rain, sleet and snow down in the south. Wednesday could bring some sleet and snow to southern areas. That will clear away and allow brighter skies with snow showers to follow on from behind. And then we get through into Thursday, and we could see the snow risk maybe more through parts of Wales and Midlands, eastern and northern England, and perhaps risks of turning back more towards rain down in the far south. Very cold still in central northern areas, perhaps a little bit less cold in the far southwest. Then by the time we get through to Friday, very uncertain indeed. But on Friday, we might start to see a band of heavy rain, sleet and snow pushing northeast, was turning a bit milder down in the south, but significant snow likely, through central and northern areas. Again, the devil really is in the detail with all of this. So in summary, wow, we've got a very, very interesting week to come. Going to be starting off mostly dry and quiet, a little bit on the chilly side, but from around Monday, Tuesday on, it's going to turn much colder with snow showers in the north and the east, and then start running areas of low pressure into that cold air. The track of those areas of low pressure will determine who gets rain, who gets snow. There is going to be significant snow around. I think as next week progresses, where that snow is remains to be seen, and we shall keep you updated by a snow watch, which will be commencing hopefully at some point this weekend. Right, so that's your weekend forecast. We're going to be back later on your 10 to 14 there. That will include all our great features for this week's very interesting, one of the more interesting weekend forecasts we've done for quite a while for this week's weekend forecast. That's all for now, and thanks for watching.